Test. Test. Testing. Testes. Wait. Cheers. Thank you for joining us so early in the morning. Holy crap, really? I didn't know that. Oh my god, Plant Lamp, you've been here before too. Are you still awake from last night, Plant Lamp? Is that what's going on? Or do you get up this early? Ah, been there. I don't have a dog either now. So I don't have that problem.
Oh, crap, I'm muted. Ah, look at that. No, I'm not.
There we
Stupid,
go.
stupid microphone.
Helps to not be muted there, Norm.
Let me start that again. Thanks to Monkey Bananas, Bombats, Plant Lamp, Lazy Dragon. All right.
So,
It's
would
early
you
here,
like
too.
would you like to recap what happened last week, Norm?
So, last week. Oh, where's my notebook? We are in the miners' camp.
Loggers camp.
Loggers' camp. Close enough. Miners, loggers are all the same. They all feel the same in the dark.
Wood, rock.
Fought a scary mantis that jumped out in front of me. That's what you see on the screen here. I can probably get rid of him since we killed him. And went into the building. We tied up the horses, went into the building. That's in the upper left-hand corner. And another scary mantis took care of us. Well, we took care of him. Kind of hopped
Well,
out at us.
you knocked on the door and someone inside
Oh, yeah, I'm
said they were
glossing over
coming
the
to the
whole.
door. Yeah, you're glossing over a lot of this.
Yeah.
You say we went into the building and you're conveniently leaving out the natural one where you tried to dive through the shuttered window.
Yes, I did do that. Lesson for you kids: don't try to jump through a shuttered window.
Well, just don't roll a one when you're trying to do it.
Yeah.
Fight ensued. Um, yes. So you end up fighting a second scary mantis in there.
Which we handily defeated. Kinda, sorta, not really. It took us a while. We it
Took you a little while. It wasn't.
we weren't hitting it.
Yeah, no one was hitting anything. It
Oh,
couldn't hit you. You couldn't hit it. It was.
so we did that, and then the guy that was in the building ran into the room, the north room there, and locked the door, and that's where we're sitting.
That's where you're sitting. You knocked on the door, try and get his attention, and there was no response. And you realize the door is locked.
I'm gonna try to talk him out. Hey man, I promise you this time they're all gone.
There's still no response.
No one. Is there a window on the north side?
There is.
I'm gonna have.
You wouldn't technically know that right
Oh,
now,
that's
though.
right. I suppose I wouldn't. Yeah. Hey man, I have ESP. Leave me alone.
You don't have this convenient map in your pocket.
No, I'm gonna pick the lock.
Okay.
So I need
Dexterity check
and
plus your proficiency bonus with your thieves' tools.
11 plus dexterity is 3 is 14 plus
Proficiency, which should be 2 right now, is to 16.
no proficiency up 2, so 16.
You struggle a little bit at first, but there's a satisfying click as you hear the door unlock.
I'm gonna slowly push it open and kind of survey the room as I do.
As you push the door open, there's a small thud and a little bit of resistance. You look down, you notice there's a foot on the ground, keeping the door from swinging freely open.
I'm gonna kick the foot.
You hear the sounds of like someone like waking up, maybe.
Ellie, I think he fainted. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna push the door open and I'm just gonna charge in and see what's up.
You push the door open and say, hey, whoa. Is it gone?
Yes, they both are.
Both? There was more than one?
No. Yeah. There's one laying in the other room, and there's one laying in the middle of the road.
Oh, my head.
What happened? What'd you do?
I don't remember. I remember walking to the door. That's the last thing I remember. I got this bump on my head.
I'm gonna look around. Is there anything that would have fallen on his head, or is there any like hole in the ground where another scary mantis is?
No, but where he's holding his head, it looks like that may have been what his head hit the floor hard when he fell.
So he basically ran into the room, slammed the door shut, and fell over?
Yeah, to be an accurate assessment of it. Yeah.
It.
Of what happened. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna help him up.
Oh, thank you.
Well, so what's your name? Who are you? What are you doing here?
My name is Tibor Wester. I am the last remaining. I'm the one in charge of this loggers camp. The last remaining person at the camp. My workers have fled with all the things coming around.
How long have those been kind of hanging out?
Oh, just the last week or so.
Where's everybody else?
You got me. They all slowly started packing up and leaving. Some of them said they were going back to Phandalin. Some said they were going to Neverwinter, try and find different work, that this work is too dangerous. Just because of those damn things.
Why did you stick around?
I was going to leave. I just had to. I was going to go find my brother and explain the situation to him and try and find more people to work, either in Phandalin or elsewhere. Try and find someone to help take care of these.
Well, mission accomplished. We came to you.
Well, that is good. Did you bring supplies?
Yeah, that's actually the reason why we're here. Picked up a job on the board and ta-da.
Oh, excellent. Except.
All right, let's go outside. We'll check it out.
Okay. He comes out of the room, and he's like giving the dead body sitting in this room a wide berth. He's like up against the wall as he's going past it.
Before I actually leave the room, I'm gonna kind of scan it to see if there's anything I can kife.
Looking around the room, make an investigation. No, perception check, because you don't want it to look like you're looking for something. I'm assuming, unless you want to blatantly walk around the room and start looking at things.
No, I'll do a perception. 9. I'm not very perceptive.
You don't see anything. There's some silverware, but you don't think it'd be worth anything. Like it's old.
All right, we're gonna go outside then and head over to the Lawrence the elk, whatever he is. I can't remember his name.
Ellie, once you get out of the building, Ellie looks at him and says, "Come here, sir. Come here." And she places her hands on his head and casts Cure Wounds on him to heal him. I need to actually pull that up. She's using her spell slots on other people. Norm.
Yeah. This is my happy face.
Just a level one.
Just a little.
Level one.
It's just a little guy.
Just a level one.
Thanks, Lazy Dragon. Yeah, Vincent the Ox, not Lawrence the Elk.
Yeah, Vincent. Yeah.
I don't have a pen, and I have my notebook, but I don't have a pen, so I can't write these things down. What happens when you move back out of your office into the regular office? All your shit goes with you.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. You're back in your normal place.
I'm back in my normal place.
Your normal place. The Vincent went up on that plateau off the left-hand side of this map. You see him up there. He's up there with the wagon hitched to him. He isn't moving really. Just kind of grazing.
Horses are there. Everything's there yet?
Horses.
Because we tied him up to the tree.
Oh yeah, yes. You tied the horses up. Yep. So they're up there too,
right.
Grazing. Vincent seemed to want company, so he wandered up there.
All right. So we're gonna head over to the wagon. Kind of. I'm assuming there was probably a sheet or something over the top of everything. So we'll pull it back.
Like a canvas tarp.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull it back and show him everything.
Oh, excellent. Now I just need people to help work the camp and consume some of this stuff.
Can you send for your people to come back?
Will you take a letter for me?
What's in it for me?
His face kind of scrunches up as he can give you a couple gold to deliver a letter. That's generous for delivering a letter.
Well,
just so you're aware.
Well, we weren't necessarily heading back in that direction, so if I'm going to go out of my way.
Well, which way are you headed?
That way.
Just point in a random direction.
Yeah.
Roll a d4 for me. Don't roll a 4.
A d4?
Yeah, a d4.
A 4.
Oh, you pointed at Phandalin. He goes, "That's the direction of Phandalin."
Oh, well. I guess we are heading in the right direction then.
I will give you 5 gold to take the letter back to my brother.
All right, sounds good.
You'll know what to do with it. Hopefully be able to round some of my guys back up that know what they're doing. I hate to start training people all over again.
Well, I'm sure once this letter gets back and everybody knows that those scary things are gone, you should be fine.
Yeah. It is it's crap work though. It's hard to keep people here. And then when people start getting attacked, it's even harder. So please don't mention the creatures if you can.
All right. Will do.
All right.
I suppose I really can't search around the camp without raising suspicions, can
I? He's gonna take Vincent down to the office, that building, and he's going to start unloading Vincent. So he's going in and out.
I suppose we could.
The wagon.
I'm gonna ask him if we can take a short rest in the northernmost camp area, because that seems to be a little bit further away than that southern one. So I want to take a look around, see if there's anything I can I'm in a thieving mood today.
When you say a short rest to him, and he kind of looks at the sky and says, "You're still planning on leaving tonight?" It's later in the afternoon
Is it?
at this point. Yeah, so you could stay here for the night and leave in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I suppose I might as well just stay the night then. If it's, is it getting to like dusk time or what?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Well, we might as well stay then because I don't know what the hell you're gonna throw at me at night.
and just don't go walking in the woods at night.
Easy for you to say.
Common sense. I mean, no one believes that there are ghosts in the woods, but if 15 villagers in the woods told you there were ghosts in the woods, you may not believe they're ghosts, but the question is, would you still go in the woods? So, you, as he's unloading, and Ellie's actually helping him unload, um, where would you like to go poking around?
So we're up on the hill. I'm gonna go down and I'm just gonna slowly wander through that southern camp.
That southern camp area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which tent are you gonna poke in first? There,
Um,
there are there are those 6 tents are set up, and it's a couple of benches, the fire pit in the middle.
mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm gonna guess the the northwestern one. It's kind of secluded from the others, so it kind of looks like maybe
okay,
the a head leader's camp.
like a foreman or a, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna search that one.
You flip back the tent flap, and it is empty, almost like someone packed up all their belongings to leave.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. All right. Well, I'm gonna start. That's probably not worth it. I'm gonna take a
You
peek in just the middle one, the
okay?
southeastern one, just to see.
Um, to expedite this just a touch, you slowly start peeking, investigating each one of these. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
13.
They're all relatively empty. One has an old, like, dirty blanket that in there you actually find 2 gold. Like, it got lost in there.
Woohoo! I'm rich.
Rich, I'm rich, I tell you. There's gold in them there hills. Um, but you go through each of the tents, and there is very little that you find. Like I said, the old holy blanket, and then a couple of gold in amongst everything.
All right. I'm actually gonna go up to that northern camp then and do the same thing there, and then just pick one to sleep in.
Okay. Those are all the same, relatively empty. There's a couple of old blankets in a couple of them, but they've been cleared out. Like, people packed up and moved. Like, they weren't in a rush. They planned and moved. Like, they had all their stuff, so they left behind what they didn't want, or if they left something behind, it was forgotten, left behind, or they didn't realize it was there. Uh, at one point, after you've like picked a tent and you've chosen which one you're gonna crash in, Ellie calls to you from the main building. This is Aronan.
Yeah.
You wanna? It's things in the way. You wanna help me come get this out of here? She's referring to the creature.
Yeah. I'm coming. So
We should probably get rid of that other one too.
All right. I'm gonna go by Ellie, and we're gonna drag it. Did he say where he wants it dragged? Or dragged?
He said get rid of it. It's up to you guys.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
All right, it's going on in the grass right outside the on the southern part of that building.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming it's big, and I don't want to. I don't
Yeah.
want to drag it.
It's kind of big and awkward. So,
Hmm. And
um,
then we'll go down and move the other one just right off the path. We'll move it into the grass, kind of by that tree.
okay. I need you to make a strength or dexterity check to get the. It's up to you, but I need to know which one you're making.
Definitely dexterity because strength is -1.
Okay.
19.
You are able to weave it through the door, all its different limbs and stuff, and get it out the door without actually touching the door or damaging the property at all. Other than where it's already been damaged.
Yeah. Other than the giant hole in the floor.
Yeah, the jacked hole in the floor and the hole in the door, honestly, because he kind of did
Oh, that's right.
Here's Johnny through the door at Ellie.
Yep.
So you are able to, without a lot of issue, get both of those into those locations that you drag them to. The wagon is unloaded. Vincent was brought back up onto that plateau with the other horses, and you guys are set as the sun is going down for your long rest here.
Okay.
Um,
So we need
on
to
this,
probably eat some food or something, huh?
yeah, you can take a long rest here, and that would be part of it,
Okay.
eating. And at this point, you get to go to level 4. So we can quick hit that. 3 to 4 shouldn't be a huge.
Do you want me to take the long rest first and then level up?
Either way, you actually, when you level, you got to level on a long rest, so you can take the long rest and then level your character would be.
All right.
A smart
Long
way to do it.
rest taken. All right. Level.
Click on your name, manage character levels, make it level 4, and then answer any questions it has.
I'm moving up in the world. That makes me happy.
You get it. ASI here, an ability score improvement at 4th level.
Nice.
So.
All right, level 4.
Or you could take a feat. For the sake of simplicity, let's go with an ASI this time. And the next time, when we're approaching 8, I'll have you look at the feats, because there's a list of about 30 of them.
Oh.
So I don't want to do that here on the stream.
Maybe that's a show all on its own.
And maybe it is. And maybe just don't make. You just have your leave that option open for the rest of this session, and then maybe start next session. Have you do some research on feats if you wanted to take one in between sessions.
So I think I'm gonna do.
Or you can take the ability score improvement. It's up to you.
I'm taking the ability score.
Okay.
I'm gonna do strength. Oh, come on, strength. There we go. And I'm gonna do dexterity just because it fits me.
Here's a thing: if you have any of your ability scores that are in an odd number, moving them to the even number will give you the bonus increase.
Okay. Yeah, because I think my dexterity is +3, so that would move me to +4.
No, the score, not the modifier.
Oh, but I don't know.
So if you're at 17 for your dexterity, moving to 18 would give you a +4. If you're at 15, moving to 16 would give you a +3. I think you're at 16.
Lazy Dragon says, do both the same, keep even. So does
that...
that...
Yeah, so if you did both at dexterity, because you're at 16, if you did both at dexterity, that would get you to +4. If you did... See, your strength is 8, so if you did both in strength, you'd get back to 0 for your modifier on strength.
Oh, I see what's going on.
Yeah, so every 2 points of your ability score give you
adds
another
a
point
+1
in your modifier. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do dexterity then.
You can do dexterity. Get yourself to 18. I'm looking at Eliana, and I'm not sure where she wants to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll do the same for her and just do her wisdom.
So what does Constitution do?
Constitution gives you more hit points. It is also saves against poisons and um, um, so okay. Constitution modifier plus your hit die is how many hit points you get each time you level. So if you get your Constitution up another point, you'll get for every level you are, you'll get another hit point. On top of that, when like if you drink poison or get slashed with a poison weapon, you make a Constitution saving throw. If you're drinking, I may make you make a Constitution saving throw to stay sober, or maintain your alcohol in your body. If you get walloped on the head really hard, it may make you have a Constitution saving throw to stay conscious. Constitution saving throws also come into effect when you are maintaining a concentration spell, which you don't cast spells, so that'd be
Neither
more
here
for
nor
Ellie.
there.
Yeah. So when you get hit with damage, you either got to beat a 10 or half the damage of 10 plus the spell level or half the damage that you took, whatever is greater. You got to hit that on a Constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration on it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep it at dexterity then.
Yeah. I put Eliana's into her wisdom. So, yeah, I don't think she has any other choices other than she may have spells.
And I don't have anything else that I'm doing. So
Yeah, I'd have to duck through. She's got spells she can learn, but we can go through that off stream. I don't know if there's anything I'd take for her jumping on right away. But you have your long rest. You should notice now you have a hit point increase, which will be helpful.
I am at 31.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to me.
Oh, happy day. The night goes by with little disruption. As the camp actually seems peaceful and you don't know this, but it's peaceful for the first time in a week and a half. They actually get a good night's sleep, and you're woken in the morning by the birds chirping in the woods. The dew on the outside of the tent, and so there's a bit of a chill in the air. You know, not to try and scare you, but you know winter is coming. It's apparent now.
Winter is coming. No trademark infringement here. Nothing to see. Move along.
It's a fact.
I'm gonna put a giant banner.
It will be winter in this world soon.
I'm gonna put a giant banner across the top of our screen that says "Winter is coming."
So, what would you like to do this morning? Ellie's up. She's poking at a fire.
All right. I think we're ready to go. There's nothing left for us to do here, so we're gonna.
Do you want some food? She's just cooking food on top of the fire.
Well, you said she's poking the fire. Yeah.
Well, she was. Yeah.
I'll eat some food.
Okay, so she makes you a meal for the two of you. You eat and then you don't see Tybor at all this morning. He seems to be sleeping in.
After a long day, week and a half.
Day, week and a half, yes.
All right. I think I'm just gonna let him sleep. Hey, he gave us the letter already, right? I don't have to go and punch him in the dick to go get our letter.
Uh, Actually, yeah, no, you don't have the letter.
Okay.
You don't have the gold. You don't have anything yet from him.
Okay. So I'm gonna go up and knock on the the wall of the building because there's no door there yet. I'm assuming.
Oh, there's a door there yet. There's a like two pieces of wood hastily nailed to the door.
I'm gonna stick my head through the door hole and say hi.
Here's Aronan. Stir from the other room, and he kind of comes out from the door. He's rubbing his eyes. Huh? Good morning. Oh, oh,
Hey.
that was half real.
Yeah.
I started and I'm like, oh wow, yeah, here we go.
Yeah. We're ready to go. We need the letter and that those two pieces of the gold you're gonna give me.
Crap, really? Okay. You see him go back in the room, and he comes out and he's folding the letter up, and he hands it to you. He goes, here you go. And he pulls out his coin purse, and he dumps a bunch of gold into his, or a bunch of coins into his hand, and he fishes out two gold pieces and hands them to you. There you go. Thank you. We good then?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. And he goes, uh, travel safe. Hopefully you'll send someone. My brother will find someone. Yeah. I'm going back to bed. Kind of scratches his butt as he walks away back into the other room.
Hey, hold on one second.
Okay. We pause at times on the stream for dogs and other such things. In this situation, it sounds like we're pausing for a wife. So, um, this has been an adventure for me running for one person. I've never actually done a one-on-one session, and it took me a little bit to find my feet. It is a completely both the games I run right now. One has 6 people, and the other one has 7 people. So the differences in running for 7 people and running for one person are extreme. In what, especially in setting up combat encounters, and it's kind of nice because I can just take what's written here and dial it back just a little bit for this written one. Where in my other games, I have to take, if it is a written game, I gotta amp up. Like, basically, what I found is if I just take the hit points and escalate them to a severe level, the fights end up being good for a large group like that. So if you're DM and you're running for a large group, you can. What I recommend doing is find an appropriate um, level for the fight for like a group of 4. Find that appropriate challenge rating, and then just take the hit points and elevate them to like 3 or 4 times what they should be, and you'll end up in a place where it's still challenging for the players, but your enemies aren't dying in a round and a half. So, just a little recommendation for you there. Looks like Norm's back.
Word.
I was filling, explaining the differences between running for one person and running for 7 people, and how to handle combat encounters.
Am I considered a full person at this point, or am I still like a half a person?
No, you're still a full person. You've always been a full person, Norm. It's just a matter of you are just one person. So I gave you a second person.
True.
Yes, yes. Lazy Dragon, those hell wasps were jacked the hell up, like through the roof. Primarily because that encounter at the level it was written at was for like a level 7 or 8 group, and you guys are level 13. So I did a bunch. I raised AC, I raised attack damage, I raised the DC on the poison. All of that stuff went up. Um, just to
Tripled the
challenge.
armor class, tripled the health point or hit points.
I like the hit points. I maxed out and then like quadrupled them.
Oh,
Honestly, well, it's a group of 7, and
oh, that's right. Yeah, you guys have
and
a
the
big group.
encounter set for half their level. So there's a bunch of stuff I did there. It was fun though. All right, so you guys set out. Setting out on foot. How are you doing this?
Nope, we're gonna obviously collect the horses because I am not leaving those horses behind.
Okay.
Now that they actually let me ride on them.
Anything else?
Oh, I'm grabbing Ellie. Oh, do we need to bring the ox and cart back? Oh, we do.
You do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna. That's right, because that's a whole part of the thing to get paid. Yeah. So I'm gonna grab Vincent and the cart and.
Okay. So you grab Vincent in the cart and you guys head out. I will expedite this. Your journey goes without hitch over the course of 2 days.
So when you say you expedite this, all I picture in my head is Oregon Trail. You know, when you're traveling and everything's like the legs are moving really fast as you're going across.
Literally what I just did.
Or the Robin Hood Men in Tights, row your boat across the river.
Yep.
With the map.
Or in Christmas Story, anytime they show after they introduce the bully, anytime they show them getting chased by him after that, the sped up music. Kind of what's happening right now. So you arrive back in Phandalin. What would you like to do back in Phandalin? Back in Phandalin.
So I'm assuming we're there in time to drop the ox off. I want to get rid of that thing as soon as possible and collect.
You arrive late in the day. You got maybe an hour or two before the sun is down.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go and talk to what's his face and drop off Lawrence the elk.
Lawrence the elk. No, not Lawrence the elk. Vincent the ox. Lawrence the elk. Harbin Wester is where you go to drop this off.
Yep.
And he. Trying to go to this logger's camp. You knock on his door and he's 1 minute. And he timidly comes to the door and opens his little eye slot. Oh, you're back. You're back. Good. He opens the door. You brought back the Vincent?
Yeah. Yep.
The cart?
Yep, everything's good. Wheels are still attached. Vincent still has his hooves.
All right. I'm trying to forget what your agreed upon gold was for this. I think it was 100.
Gus is very unhappy with me right now. He's on the other side of the gate to my office. He's staring at me.
Yes. He says, I believe it was 100 gold, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. And he counts out 100 gold and puts it in a little pouch. And here you go. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Nope. I think we're all settled.
All right. How is my brother?
He's good. He's a little shaken. Oh, here's a letter he would like. I'm assuming he wanted me to give it to.
Yeah,
okay.
That's.
Yeah, he gave me this letter to give to you to recruit some people to try and get his workers back.
Workers back. What happened?
Oh, they just had a little dust up at the camp. He's everything's good. He's there. Camp's ready. I inspected it myself. Everything's fine.
Dust up. Hey, you see him kind of reading the note and oh, you said the camp is clear.
Yes. Yep. All good.
Wow.
Nothing to see here.
Okay. All right. And he kind of tucks that way and goes, I will find him some people. So do you need anything else from me?
What was he wasn't a shopkeeper, right? He was a
No, he was
he's
not.
just the bulletin board keeper,
He was just a bull. He's the town master.
the town master.
Yeah. There is Barthen's Provisions is the store, is the shop.
If I remember
that is
correctly,
just your
there's
there's
really
that and the
nothing
Line
I can
Shield
buy.
coaster.
Yeah. There's really nothing I
Or
can
coaster,
buy
sorry.
because everything was really
Um,
expensive yet.
yeah, you're still in a situation where 100 gold, you're closer to being able to afford something, but you have to do a little more.
How much do you think I could get for Vincent if I stole him back and sold him?
Vincent,
I'm
probably
kidding.
20 gold or so.
Nah, that's not worth the hassle. I don't want to piss off the people in Phandalin.
No, you'd make much more money going on another quest, maybe.
Yeah, that's probably what we're gonna do. So it's nighttime. We're going to hang out in Phandalin for the night, and then we're gonna embark on the other quest, which was the
Wow. Gus, chill.
neighbor dog across the street's barking.
It's amazing a dog so small, two dogs so small, can make so much noise.
Anybody want some free dogs? Yeah, Brutus is really high pitched. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill him.
Lazy Dragon, if you were in the game, I give you inspiration for that one. Sound rough. They're going to spend the night at the Stonehill Inn. Let's bring this up here. I'm moving maps around. And then he said they were going to go on the next quest that he had written down, which was, I believe, yes, the Mountains Toe Gold Mine. Oh, yes. They're not going to be able to do that. He's already gone. Yep.
Good lord, I just let him outside.
Put him out in the backyard.
Yeah. All right.
It's the Mountains Toe quest was the other one.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
The escort quest. The new overseer, Don John Raskin.
Don Johnson Rustin.
Don Johnson, yes. Tin Roof Rusted.
When did he join Dungeons and Dragons?
Dude, he was there from the beginning.
Don Johnson?
Don Johnson was there from the beginning.
Was he wearing his really cool pink suit or whatever the hell color he was wearing?
Pink t-shirt with the white sport coat.
Uh-huh.
Hell yeah. Or white
Yeah,
tuxedo coat, sleeves rolled up, 3/4 length.
I call that Tuesday.
Hells yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So
So
yeah,
you spend the night at the Stonehill Inn. You get up in the morning. Um, I assume you're going to head to try and find Don John Raskin.
yep, yep. That is our next
Uh,
quest.
when you inquire about him at the inn, which is where you were told he was staying, he left 3 days ago with a different group of a different escort group. So the quest has basically been undertook by someone else. You realize when asking after him.
So we kind of have to go play catch up.
You either have to go play catch up, which you could do, but you're gonna end up arguing with someone. I have a feeling, maybe. But you can.
So how easy is it going to be to catch up?
How easy is it gonna be to catch up? It can be difficult, especially if they left 3 days ago. He may already be there, honestly.
Okay, so we can probably just scrap that.
Oh yeah, no, he's there already.
All right, so we'll scrap that.
It's a day's journey there.
We'll go look at the job board then.
You go look at the job board. There are another 3 little quest, or 3 jobs, I should say, on there. One is help with Axholm. It's written in. There's common written at the top that says help with Axholm. Do you speak Dorbish?
I speak. Oops. Common, Elvish, Goblin, and Thieves' Cant.
Oh, Ellie speaks Dwarvish. In common, it says, so what you see on this sheet is in common, it says help with Axholm, and then it's written in Dwarvish underneath. There's one that's written in common. That says it almost looks fake. It looks like a late night QVC special deal. And it says find the Dragon Slayer sword in like this big bright font, and below it says the legendary Dragon Slayer sword is hidden somewhere deep within the Dragon Barrow quest. Find this sword and let it be its own reward. Then there's another one that is in a very lightly written feminine handwriting that says, please help clear my home.
Well, not a fan of QVC, so I definitely don't want to be taken for a ride. I don't want to travel somewhere and have this magic sword be.
Ellie seems drawn to that one for whatever reason. Like there's an innocence about her that is like eyes wide looking at the one, just kind of like,
I'm gonna be the voice of reason in this one, and I'm gonna tell her we need to take care of the woman's house.
but,
like I don't trust that magic sword.
But it's a dragon slaying sword. I mean, if we come across this dragon,
Ellie, my sword can be a dragon slaying sword too. The one I have in my hand, I know, is an actual sword.
She folds it up and tucks it in her armor. Maybe when we're done with the other one. She's got like this. There's like this little mischievous grin on her face.
I gotta get the dogs in.
She suddenly looks like she's about 6 years younger and
I never would have
wanting
thought that she would have been the one to.
wanting to go on an adventure.
Yeah.
She's a sucker for good marketing or bad marketing. So they announced last week the next D&D adventure. What the hell is it called? Rime of the Frost Maiden, which is a horror-themed northern game surrounding 10 towns and their curse slash stuff they have going on. It's got me pretty excited. I definitely I want to either play that one or run that one, and I have someone that's willing to either play and run it. So and who knows? Maybe we'll end up tossing Norm into that.
Uh-oh.
Although we gotta get to September before that one comes out, so we may go elsewhere before then.
Anyway, sorry for the intrusions, people.
Talking about the new D&D book.
Gotcha.
Fill in space as I do. So she tucks that one away, and you read about there is supposedly the orcs are they're invading the Neverwinter Wood, and you've seen some signs of this. But they have reason to believe they're not acting of their own accord as you read this. And they've taken over someone's home nearby, a local hunting lodge.
How far out? Like it's actually in Phandalin, or it's like in the woods outside of Phandalin?
It's in the woods outside of Phandalin. It's in the Neverwinter Wood, which I could pull up if I pull up the whole map.
Is it this one?
I cannot see the stream. I do not actually have the stream open.
Oh.
I suppose I could open it up. It's the big one, the Sword Coast map.
It's too small for me to read, but it's got the coast on the left.
Yeah, that would be the one. So the big wooded area there. It's too small for you to read. Phandalin's in the middle of that map, kind of in the lower part of it. So the woods north of Phandalin.
Welcome, Skycraft. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Skycraft. How's it going? So you are... let's see, you're going to start that way. What you know, it mentions the Falcons Hunting Lodge. And what you know of this... Well, don't worry, Skycraft. I will explain quite a bit. I talk about being a DM, and Norm's relatively new to this. This is what, session 10?
I think we're on session 12 of our very
12?
first. This is my very first campaign. So, Skycraft, this is actually up as a podcast as well. So you can go back and listen to all the episodes if you actually want to start from the very beginning of our story. Otherwise, as we go along, going forth, things will be explained because, well, I just don't know what the hell I'm doing.
And I do also poke at him and prod at him, ask him leading questions sometimes just to make sure that he's covering everything. What you know of the Falcons Hunting Lodge is that it is a sanctuary, basically, in the heart of Neverwinter that is kind of they cater to nobles. It's a place where nobles come out to go hunting, basically. they wouldn't. Falcon is owns it and runs it, and basically what he does is takes the rich snobby people out into the woods to go hunting, and people that would probably, like, if they went out into the woods by themselves, probably end up dead. But he takes them on a hunt and makes sure they get something killed, and so they can hang something on their wall. He makes good money doing it, but um, things are off. Uh,
Like his camp is off. Like it's just the whole situation is off.
it mentions the it mentions his lodge to go to his lodge to inquire about completing this.
Hmm. All right. So yeah, well, I'm gonna definitely tell Ellie that this is what we're taking for now. So Ellie, you hold on to that crazy treasure hunt map that you have, and maybe we can take care of that after. But we need to take care of this first.
She looks a little crestfallen, but she nods her head, understanding. Yes, okay. But it's a dragon sword. Says
You know
as
what?
she follows you.
Don't make me put you in a timeout.
No, I know you're right, and I know this is a cleverly worded thing, but it got me excited. Sometimes, sometimes I just get excited. Sorry, sorry. You're right.
I'm sorry. What?
I said you're right.
That's what I thought. All right, let's get this taken care of. This sounds like an easy quest. This sounds like an easy job board. Let's handle this.
Okay. So you move out, set out that morning to uh, into the Neverwinter Wood, looking for Falcon's Lodge. Um, without without a lot of trouble, you actually come upon the lodge. Um, there's a thin layer of fog that surrounds it. Um, in a clearing, um, there's a river on the east side of this lodge. There's like a large fence that surrounds. It's almost a compound. It's like a 10-foot tall fence. There's a main building that you can see over the fence. It's a two-story stone and wood building with high pitched roof, window shutters. There's a stone chimney with it. There's a tower, a block like gray stone tower next to it that has battlements on the top of the tower that they can look over the entirety of the forest, out sticking out above the top of the trees. Um, there's a gatehouse, flat roof, that's got iron railings around it as well. And the river that you saw, there's a stone bridge that crosses the river into the woods further on the other side. Um, as you approach, there is a huge oaken door set into this 10-foot tall wall, and there's a little bell um, on a rope.
All right, so I'm gonna. Is there any movement? Is there anything we can hear or see, or like? Is it just
Um,
quiet? Like, do we hear anything on the other side?
it's quiet. Um, you see one person inside. Just walked inside that little gatehouse.
Okay. So I'm gonna ring the bell then.
Okay.
Do I need to do a dexterity check for ringing the bell?
No, no. You can grab a hold of the rope that's hanging there, not moving or blowing it, even blowing in the wind. It's not. So it's grab the rope, you ring the bell, and the the old man that you saw comes walking out of this um, guard shack, and he comes walking down the hill, moving towards the door slowly, and he opens a little portcullis in it to look out at you guys. I can I help you?
Yeah. I understand you're having a slight issue with your property. We're here to help.
Uh, not we're not having an issue necessarily, but I know they're having issues um, a little ways away. We have a visitor from there. Um, she was staying with us.
Okay. Yeah, we're here to see her then. Whoever posted a note on the job board on the bulletin board back in Phandalin, needs some help, and we're here to help.
Okay. Well, I could have you come inside the lodge. Let me give me one moment, please. Um, and you see him. He kind of walks slowly, and he bends over and he picks up a rock, and he throws it in a field, in the field to the side of the house. And you see this young boy pop up and kind of look, and he waves at him and motions for him to come to him. And the little boy comes running, and uh, he says, "Hey, can you show them into the main lodge? Show them where they can wait." And he nods, and um, they open the door for you and allow you in. They take your horses, um, tie them up in a nearby stable, and this young boy who's got blonde hair that just kind of is going every which way. Um, he's got dirt on his face, and uh, his clothes are not bad. Like, he doesn't look like he's like homeless or an urchin or anything like that. But his clothes aren't the best either. Like, they just look like they're like work clothes. And he is kind of dirty. He looks a little, well, like he's been working most of the day. And he kind of motions for you to follow him, and takes you up into the lodge, and opens the door, and he kind of motions for you to go in. He's not saying anything though.
Okay, so
Unlike Brutus.
man, he is just not happy this morning.
Hi, Brutus. Brutus.
So we're gonna kind of mill about and wait to see who is brought up. I'm not comfortable enough to sit down, so I'm just gonna kind of wander around the room and poke and prod and see if there's anything I can pocket.
Okay, he is. This is a hunting lodge. There are
So it's
trophies.
so it's like a big, almost like a. I'm trying to think, like the common room at Camp Unilai where they have like the.
Yeah, big
Okay.
feast hall. There's like 6 large tables here that could sit probably about 12 people each.
Okay.
There is a counter on the far side that you see. There's a door that you assume leads back to a kitchen. You've been in similar places to this. It's high vaulted ceilings. Um, there's a gigantic, like like a dire moose head. Like it looks like a moose head, but it's like twice the size of any moose you've ever seen, hanging on the wall. And then there's several other ones. Um, there's like an owl bear bust, and
Owl bear.
there's yeah, and there's a full stuffed owl bear in the corner up on its hind legs with its arms in the air. Um, so you are as you're waiting there, there's a fire going. Um, Door opens up, and there is a 6'6" tall, broad shouldered man that kind of ducks through the doorway and steps into the room. He has a very neatly trimmed beard kept close to his face. Um, he moves with a confidence that is unnerving. Like he is so casual and like he doesn't almost like he fears nothing. And uh he nods and says, "Hello, welcome to my lodge. My name is Falcon. Are you guys looking for a hunt? I didn't know we'd be having guests."
My name's Aronan. This is Ellie. Uh, we received a message stating that one of your guests may be having an issue and needed some help. So we're here to see if we can lend some help.
Oh, yeah, this is about, well, it's not just a guest. There's been a lot more orcs in the wood lately. Uh, they're ugly, ugly, vicious things. Um, from what I can tell, they're the, yeah, it's awful.
Are they attacking people
Uh,
here? Or are they getting in the way of your hunts? Is this merely a
yeah, I mean, and yeah, and it doesn't do. I mean, hunting a creature with the rich folk is a unique experience that I sell. Um, and they pay willingly depending on what we're hunting. I mean, if we're going hunting, they want something as grand as the dire moose. It takes a while to find one, but I can give them that. If they want to hunt owl bear, I can find that. The problem is that when orcs come and beseech us in the wood, they tend to shit their pants and run off, which has become very bad for business.
bad for the pants?
That as well. I, I like you. Um, so it's not just the orcs, though. There are these half orcs that I've seen running about, and I don't get close to them. They don't come close. They tend to send in the brutes to do their business, but they're often seen with these little, I don't know, they're like creepy wooden creatures, little stick creatures looking things. Ah, nasty, casting magic and stuff like that.
Okay, so I think first what I would like to do is talk to this woman or this person. I believe one of your errand boys is going to fetch her for us. Um, I would like to speak with her first and see what her problem is, and then if we can kind of get this whole situation taken care of, we
You
would.
you mean pal? the stable hand. He's the only boy that
Okay,
works
yeah,
here.
yeah, that
There's
kid.
Pell, and then Corwin. Corwin was the old man.
Yep.
He's my cook. He's actually a very good cook, and a reason why I keep him around.
Yep.
Um, Pell's nice enough. He's not going to say anything to you. He's mute. Um, so I don't. We have never been able to get him to talk. I don't know what that is,
Hmm.
but he's a good kid, and he works hard and he helps Corwin out. Um, I have been able to track some of these orcs. Um, I I believe I found where they're operating out of. So
Do you have a
there's
map
a
you can show me?
yes, there is a woodland mansion out. It's old. It's been overrun and overtaken by vines, but I believe that's where they're operating out of.
Okay.
Um, and I am pretty sure um, if you could clear that out, our guest's problem may indeed go away. But I will leave you to discuss that with her.
Yes, I would appreciate that very much.
Um, Let me know if you decide to go try and clear this manse of the orcs. I may have some stuff that would help you. He bows and heads back towards the kitchen. You get the feeling that he didn't know you were there necessarily, but he's not unaccustomed to seeing people in his lodge, and was heading to get something to eat. Let's see. Uh, I'll send that to you next time. Um, so as you sit there, or you don't sit, Ellie sits. She takes up a seat. As you're waiting there, she pulls out that thing again and kind of lays it out on the table, just kind of looking at it and admiring their work on it.
So, what is it
Um,
about this thing that intrigues you? Like, what? I need you to tell me, because this you can't be You're distracted. I can't have you distracted.
no, I'm fine. It's so many of these look like, oh, come save me. Oh, I need help with this. Oh, come kill this. This one says, go find a sword and keep it. I mean, how? Okay, just,
I guess I'm just shocked. You're not the treasure hunting type. That's me. That's like
but
yeah, yeah. I
have you ever read any of the great books about oh, what was his name? Um, Arthur and his sword. That the one in the stone that no one could pull from the stone, and he goes and gets it.
yeah, yes, I'm familiar. So you think
I
this
just
could be your sword in the stone?
I don't. I admit I am being a bit immature and childish about this one. I
And when
get
did
it.
you get
I
an interest
understand.
in swords? What? You don't even have a sword.
It's romantic, Aronan. It's a romantic quest. It's a romantic tale, and not in a loving sense. She kind of half grins at you. Um, no, the quest for a sword and not just a sword, but a dragon slaying sword. And there's a problem with the dragon. I mean, how perfect would that be? I know it sounds too good to be true. I get it. I get all the reasons it would be a dumb idea to go after this one.
If you put okay, okay. Here's the deal. Don't bring it up again. Put that map back, and when we're done with this issue, I promise we'll go and look for your sword.
She kind of nods and puts it away. Very, very kind of like she becomes very serious and very stoic, and she kind of folds it up and puts it away. And you notice as she turns away from you, a big grin bursts on her face.
I was just played,
Okay.
wasn't I?
Make an insight check.
No, I'm actually asking her. I'm saying to her, I was just played, wasn't I?
Make an insight
Oh.
check.
9.
No, I just genuinely would like to go see this one through if we can. That's all.
I'm
And you believe her.
Yep, I'm just shaking my head.
You wait there a little longer, and Pell, the boy, comes in with this mid-40s woman, blonde hair pulled back in a tight bun. Some of it's kind of fallen out. Um, not poor, but not rich. And she kind of steps forward and says, "You're responding to my request that I sent to Phandalin."
Yes, I'm Aronan. This is Elli. We understand you're having an issue, and we are here to help.
Orcs have taken over my home.
Like they're sleeping in your bed
I
and eating your food? Or they're around the property and.
Yeah, they broke all my son's furniture and ate all the. I'm not gonna go Goldilocks on this. Sorry. I gotta follow you right into it. I can't do it. No, they came. They came a week ago. My husband told me to grab our son and run. That he would stay back and hold them off. He told me to come here to Falcon's Lodge. I'm here now with my son.
Okay.
He hasn't, and she starts sobbing. And you get the idea that her husband has not come back,
I hate
not
crying.
met them here.
It makes
Ellie
me uncomfortable.
The second she starts sobbing, Ellie wraps her arm around her. Dear, no, don't worry. It's okay. And she kind of gathers her up in a hug as she's sobbing on her shoulder. And Ellie shoots you a look because of your reaction to her sobbing. That any joy that was in her face 5 minutes ago from the sword discussion has turned to ice, and you are having daggers glared at you right now.
Sounds about right.
We will get your home back for you. I promise. We will get your home back for you and rid it of these orcs. We'll find your husband. We will. And this woman kind of nods and takes out a handkerchief and just blows her nose into it. Thank you. My name's Coraline. I appreciate. I can give you directions to the home. I can.
Yeah, any information you can provide to us would be a huge help. So.
Okay. And she'll actually sit down, and I will put all that together and give that to you at the start of the next session.
Woo woo.
Woo woo. So that will be where we pick up then. Everyone that joined us today, thank you. Holy cow.
Yeah,
Great
this
team,
is.
folks out there.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you have any questions, I want to thank the Lazy Dragon for doing some educating and talking I saw going on in the chat about how the game is played. Definitely tune in again. Go back, listen to some of the podcasts if you can. Um, and if you have any questions, you can get at us on Twitter. Tom M Norm on Twitter.
Tom M. Norman.
Tom M Norman on Twitter.
Yep.
Wildfire 1265.
Yep.
Message us there if you have questions. If you
also, Two Nerds One Quest on Twitter as well. So we actually have a show.
One Quest. Yep.
Go and vote on some show titles. tommnorm.showbot.tv. We have 3 titles up there right now. Lawrence the Elk is currently in the lead.
Lawrence the Elk. The biggest thing about D&D is if you want to play, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. If you don't have a group to play with, local game store, there are, find out what night they have something called Adventurers League, which they'll have DMs run one-shot adventures, which are like 4-hour adventures for certain character levels. Find some people that are playing and just go introduce yourself. Every experience I've had with something like that, an organized play, has been very welcoming. So I have heard some stories about them being not so welcoming, but I don't think the stories where people have been welcoming have far outweighed those. Go and enjoy yourself. You don't need a lot to get going. There are free rules that you can download on introductory rules that you can download on the D&D website. And you don't even really need to read through those if you don't want to. You can get a free dice roller app to have dice, so you don't even need to pay for dice.
D&D Beyond has the dice rolling now too.
Yep, D&D Beyond, if you get into there, create a Twitch account, you can get in there. You have dice rolling in there. And all those, the free documents on the D&D website are also in D&D Beyond. You get the free base rules in there. So you'd be able to create a character in there. There's literally the barrier to entry to play Dungeons and Dragons has never been lower, ever. So if you want to play, hop on out there. If you want to, one thing I started doing when I was thinking about playing a while ago, and I would play in like Pathfinder, but when I wanted to start playing 5e, believe it or not, I watched early Critical Role. I rolled up a character, and when their dungeon master would tell them to roll something, I would roll it and see what would happen with my character in that moment. Try and figure out it all. And it was actually pretty fun to just kind of go along and feel like I was with them. So roll up a character, play along with us. We just went to level 4 today. So.
Yeah. Yep. And as Lazy Dragon is apt to point out, it's so low, even Norm got in.
Absolutely.
I was allowed into the club. And also D&D Beyond is free.
Yes. So, hop on in, find some people to play with. You can play online now too. Roll20 is a thing that you can get in. There's DMs that run games over there.
And if you just want to watch, there's literally a dozen on YouTube you could pull up right now. There's the one you just mentioned.
Dozen? There are so many out there that are...
I mean, just by typing in D&D, I'm sure you would find. Like, Frog Pants has one. Freddie Prinze Jr. has one that he does with Star Wars, which is really cool. So that's set in the Star Wars universe. The Frog Pants one, I can't think. Oh, There Will Be Dungeons. That's an actual Dungeons and Dragons style, kind of like this. There's, what's the one? Critical Role.
How we roll. Yep, Critical Role, How We Roll, God's Fall, Venture Maidens. What's the one with the? I want to say Adventure Time, but it's not Adventure Time. Something else entirely. They're out there. Just do a search in Google, D&D podcasts or D&D live streams or D&D YouTube shows. There are so many of them out there. Jeff Kanata's got a great one called the Dungeon Run.
Oh, yep, yep.
That one is fantastic. They're out there. They're just do a little searching, and if you don't like the one, like if you start watching one, you go, I don't care for this. Pick up a different one. They're all different. There are some of them I absolutely adore. There are some where I'm like, but I know people love those ones, and so it's like literally like watching television shows. If you'll find ones you like, you'll find ones you don't like. But some people like those ones, and some people don't like other ones.
And whatever you
You can
do,
search science fiction ones, search fantasy ones, search. It's
whatever you do, make sure you listen to ours. First and
yes.
foremost, twitch.tv/TomMNorm. Two Nerds One Quest, wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe. Smash that like and subscribe button. Yeah, give us, actually, and this is for the podcast folks or people who are listening not through Twitch, or actually Twitch if you want to as well. Go give us a rating. Go give us some stars wherever it is you can rate podcasts. That'll help.
Some amount of stars, any amount of stars. 1, 5. If you put one, don't just put one star though. If you put one,
Tell us why, please.
Yeah, let us know why. I know I'm not infallible. I know I'm not perfect, and I'm looking to improve. So
speak for yourself, asshole.
I said I. I said I.
Yeah.
I know I'm not perfect. I'm not infallible. I'm
Basically,
speaking for myself.
We're trying to be a laid back, fun kind of thing. So we will take all your criticisms to heart. Well, lightly to heart, depending upon what your criticisms are. Yeah, I mean, honestly, let us know if you like the show. Tell us how you feel about it. Tell us what we can do better. Tell us, things you like, things you don't like. We're always looking to kind of improve and make things better because, as much as it's for us, we also want you to enjoy it. So. And with that, let's pull up the show titles, give some votes. TomMNorm.showbot.tv. Right now, there's one vote, I'm assuming by Genius, Mr. Lazy Dragon. Lawrence the Elk. We got Dragon.
I would have voted for that one, Lawrence the Elk.
Okay, so we got Dragon, and Dragon. And Goldilocks and the Three Orcs.
Yeah, Lawrence the Elk.
Lawrence the Elk, so
I like that
I'll
one.
vote on that one. We'll give it another minute. If anybody else wants to vote, we have some people in the chat yet. TomMNorm.showbot.tv. Yeah, sounds good.
I would say one more thing about playing. I mean, as you saw, we Goldilocks reference tonight. There's been Shining references. It doesn't have to be, another game to look at, Acquisitions Incorporated. I mean, honestly, for me, when I'm looking at the games I enjoy watching or listening to, the three that stick out in my head are Critical Role, Acquisitions Incorporated, and the Dungeon Run. And they're all so very different in what they are, but again, very, very the same. They're all fantasy. Acquisitions Incorporated is almost a parody of a fantasy adventure. The whole thing is based around a corporation where they are acquiring things with a corrupt CEO that hoards all the money and doesn't pay his employees. And in fact, most of them aren't even employees. Most of them are interns. That one, if you go back and I believe the podcast is called Dungeon Delve. You go all the way back to the beginning of that. Now there's some other stuff woven in there from the Wizards of the Coast team. But you go all the way back to the beginning of that, and that's the guys at Penny Arcade. Have you ever heard of the PAX? Penny Arcade West, PAX West, PAX East, PAX South, PAX Unplugged. That's those guys, the Penny Arcade comic. Mike Krahulik and Jerry Holkins. This is the first time Mike had never played D&D. So if you want to hear again, now they start in 4th edition. But if you want to hear and learn, the difference between 4th and 5th, there are a lot of them, but the general premise of Dungeons and Dragons from the beginning has been the same. You take an action. In order to take an action, you roll a d20 and add a modifier to that d20. and compare that to whether it's a difficulty setting or a AC, a difficulty class, or an armor class that you're trying to hit. You're rolling the d20, adding a modifier, and determining the result, depending on how difficult it is. And then the other dice are typically used for damage and hit points, and sometimes you can use them to get bonuses. But for the most part, the game has been that in a loose way since the beginning. Where the stats come from or what dice you use for the damage and stuff has all kind of been tweaked and moved around. But the whole premise is you roll the d20 to do something, and the AC or DC will determine whether or not you're successful, and then you tell a story based on what the dice tell you. So I think that'll do it.
Yeah, that's a show. We'll call that a wrap.
Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week. Next week is 4th of July weekend. Are you in town?
I am in town. So we should...
I am in town too. I will be around. So
unless something happens, we'll plan on doing a show next week.
We'll plan on doing a show on the 5th. Excellent.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.